Hey friends, let's make some fun journal pics together. This is in collaboration with Girly Junk's Scooby Kit, and it was really fun to make and super easy. First up, you're going to need some ribbon. Now, the wider the ribbon, the less material you'll need. The thinner ribbon, the more you'll need. And you'll kind of get what I mean as we continue through the tutorial. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the two edges and I'm going to fold them together to kind of create a little seam. Now I want to keep that seam in place, so that is where this tape will come in handy. You're going to basically take a little chunk of tape and you're going to fold those two edges together and you're going to tape around it so that it kind of creates a little bit of a bond. Now for the tape purposes, it can be clear, it can be frosted. I happen to use frosted just because that's what I had on hand, and it creates this little loop here. Now, for my particular little rosette, I ended up using 4 pieces. Now, depending on the ribbon you use, you might need to make more or you might need to make less, and you'll kind of be able to figure out exactly how much you need as we progress through the tutorial. So again, I'm just following that same process, folding those two edges together and taping it around. This part is honestly super simple, and what I really love about this tutorial is it's very minimal glue and you're not going to have a big sticky mess. And I think in total this whole little journal pic took about 15 to 20 minutes and it was so much fun. Next up here, you're going to need a piece of paper, and you won't even end up seeing this paper, so it really doesn't matter the color. I am using a 2-inch punch. It does not matter if it's circle or scallop. This is just what I had on hand. And you're going to take our little loops here that we created, and we're going to fan them out to cover up the little circle shape that we created here. So again, depending on how many loops you created and how wide the ribbon is, it'll just kind of have to fan out from there. Now I'm going to take my stapler, and when I have the shape that I like and everything's in a good spot, you're just going to literally staple it right in the middle. So again, super low prep, very, very simple. For my stapler, I'm using a tiny attacher and I love it. I am using a paper straw and I'm going to flatten kind of just the little tip here so that I have a base to attach it to. I'm going to pull out that stapler again and we're going to staple that straw right onto the back circle here, and it will get covered up, so don't worry. Now, if you don't like how the back looks, you could always cut out another like shape and put it right on top, but I honestly thought it was really cute and I left it as is. Now we're moving into the fun part here. We are going to put some glue in the middle, and using the digitals that I provided, or you can use one of your other images, you are going to put a little Scooby-Doo or one of his crew right in the middle. So for this one, I'm going to do Daphne because I did Scooby earlier, and I'm going to kind of let that stick and get a little bit tacky, and I'm going to press it in. Once I have it pressed in, you do want to be kind of gentle because you don't want the glue to spread. I'm going to take some pipe cleaners. So I am going to use orange and purple for this little tutorial here. And what I do is I just take the pipe cleaner and I'm going to tie it down. And then from here, I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to curl the pipe cleaner around it to kind of create a little curly Q shape. You could totally use a straw, a pencil, anything to wrap it around, or you can just use your finger like I did. And it just kind of creates almost like a little mini pumpkin vine and makes it like a little bit cuter and makes it pop out. I'm doing the same thing here on the other side just to give it a little bit of shape. Now, of course, they never look identical when I do it, but it kind of adds to the charm, I think. I'm going to follow this exact same process here and I'll speed it up. I just chose a little purple glitter one here for some contrast and following that same process. I tie it right underneath the first one or just wrap it around my finger. I really like how this is looking already, and you could totally stop here, but why not kick it up a notch? So let's add some fun ribbon just to give it a bit more texture. Of course, a spider web ribbon is a must when you're doing a cute Halloween journal pic. So I'm going to first just knot this onto the straw, and then later on I'm going to go back and trim it. Once you get that knotted, I'm going to add another piece of ribbon right underneath and kind of just scoot it up to the top here. I really like how these journal pics have come out. They're so fun, they're so simple, and you could really do any theme. So if you end up making a journal pic, I would love to see a picture, especially of it peeking out in your journal. A little bit of washi tape and it will look so cute peeking out. Isn't this just so fun? When you have it how you like it, just give it a trim and it will look perfect. I hope you had a blast making these with me. I know I did. I can't wait to see how they look in your journal.